Welcome to Health for Life, your trusted source for health and wellness insights, proudly presented by Vitruvian Health, the comprehensive healthcare system serving Northwest Georgia and Southern Tennessee with leading entities like Hamilton Medical Center and Bradley Medical Center. We're dedicated to keeping our communities healthy and thriving.
Welcome to Health for Life. Today we're talking with Brian Smith, lead golf instructor and master fitter of the Golf Lab at Hamilton Spine Health and Sport in Dalton. Brian has over 18 years of experience in golf instruction and athletic development. A former collegiate baseball player at Lee University, Brian has since built a reputation as one of the region's premier golf coaches and equipment fitting experts. Brian is a multi-year recipient of the Top 100 Golf Club Fitter Award and holds multiple certifications in golf-specific biomechanics, movement analysis, and mental performance. As a certified mental game coach, Brian takes a holistic approach to instruction, combining physical mechanics, mindset, and equipment optimization to help golfers reach their full potential. Well, Brian, thank you for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me.
So today on Health for Life, we're going to talk about some impressive technology that is available for use at the Golf Lab. It's called Sportsbox 3D Swing Analysis. And, along with Brian Smith, it's helping golfers see their swing in a whole new dimension from what I've heard. Brian, what exactly is this Sportsbox 3D swing technology?
So I want you to think about where we've come from in any kind of swing analysis, golf or any other sports. With the invention of cameras and high speed, first we were much lower than 30 frames per second. And then we got, I got my new iPhone. I'm at 60 frames per second. And now we're up to, 140 frames per second. And it doesn't matter if it's an iPhone, it's any smartphone. Don't get me wrong. We still use that as the default. And in this software at Sportsbox, it is using this technology, which is in your camera, and then it has programmed AI going through that based off of your height. So we'll measure your height, and it's customized. So if you come in and get a golf lesson, I'm going to say, okay, how tall are you? Right-handed golfer. And then the AI will essentially assess you, and through the video or through the camera, when you take a golf swing, it's putting wireless, if you will, dots all over your body. So now we can track what your body's doing in space, creating this. Well, everybody has a little avatar. Yeah. I don't want to get lost in what the avatar looks like. It looks like some, robot, whatever. But it's the data or the information of, okay, how much did I really turn my shoulders, right? How vertical or how flat is my golf swing, right? How much weight shift in my backswing or not? Did I side tilt? So how much? So yeah, we can see the camera and we can see that, but we don't know what that number is. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when we try to make changes, the camera can essentially trick our eye. We don't know if we did it or didn't because it looks the same. But we know that in our heart or in our mind, it feels different. And so what I love about Sportsbox is we start to get a little bit more deeper underneath each layer of what that body's really doing, which helps us be able to not just measure it, but then create more of an action plan on fixing it, if that makes sense.
And how does this compare to traditional video, tracking? Is this a huge leap in how they actually track these things?
It's a big leap.
Wow.
Well, think about it. And this is no knock on the softwares out there that have sensors. You got to put on a suit, you got these sensors, or you got to put on a sensor, and you've got these little harnesses. Look, we used to use those. There's nothing against those, okay?
Yeah.
But I think we're getting smarter, and we're getting better, and who wants to take 15 minutes or 10 minutes to put on a suit or put on some harnesses? It's eating into our lesson time. So it makes us more efficient, and we're getting more accurate numbers. I think it's different because all we had was just cameras. Okay, grab your iPhone, grab whatever smartphone you have. You got good video, it's clear, but we don't know what's behind it. And so what I'm trying to do is just allow people to see a little bit beneath, and then it allows me to ask better questions.
Does this work for people of all ages? Could a kid walk up and do this technology as well?
They could. I think it's cool that they see their body in an avatar situation. And I might bring them into one particular piece. Hey, like I said earlier, you're swaying off the ball and that's creating a problem because you can't take your divot in the right spot. All right, well, let's center this a little bit, right? Let's not sway so much. I might show them that indicator where they're swaying 3 inches off the ball. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to immediately go into, okay, what does that feel like? Let's try this or let's try that. I'll use analogies. And then if I feel like they've got it, I'll do a little before and after. Remember this swing 25 minutes ago? Yeah. You remember how bad it was? Yeah, it was terrible. now we're doing a little bit better, right? Yeah, my divots are better. I'll show the comparison of the swings. So then it helps their brain from, I guess, a different approach to say, wow, it even looks better. It feels weird or awkward because Brian over here, this golf teacher, asked me to do this weird thing. But oh my goodness, you're right, Brian, I am hitting the divot or the strike better. And yes, you just showed me a before and after. It is better. So it helps the brain just go, ooh, we're on the right track. I think I can continue along. But to answer your question directly, I don't get super in the weeds the more beginner they are. I will show them everything, but I'm not going to get super in the weeds because they're coming there to get the basics down. And then the basics become, okay, let's get a little bit better and consistent. The better golfers, they're going to eat this stuff up. They're going to go, I've always known it. I don't know why I lift my left shoulder. I don't know what it is, but I mean, all right. So then we play around with it. We might find a diamond in the rough that goes, oh my goodness, I never thought of that. That's great. And then we can immediately show it on camera.
I love that you talk about it like it's an art form. You treat it like an art form because it is.
That's right.
And when you are talking to people about it, I like that you always translate it into feel as well, because that probably helps them not get so overwhelmed.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I mean, think about driving a car.
Yeah.
When we first started learning to drive a car, it's very mechanical. We have a lot of tension. One, we don't want to get in an accident and break something and go crazy. But eventually, I remember this. My first time I had to go on a long trip, not by myself, but because I was the driver. You probably remember this too. Your right foot started to ache because we didn't have cruise control when I was growing up, right? But eventually, you can drive forever and your foot doesn't ache. Why is that? Because you're creating a habit. At first, it is rudimentary. At first, it is kind of rough. But eventually, it becomes a feel. And you nailed it. We want to create feels because that's what we trust, period. We don't trust mechanics. I can sit here and write a book about mechanics all day long. I can have all of the avatar data we want. And it reads good. It might be a bestseller, but it doesn't help your game. We have to transfer that data into feels that we can trust. Period.
When you see people go through here, whether they're beginners or professionals, how does their progression change in terms of like how quickly do they see improvement?
I've seen it faster with this data or this technology. I don't know that I can measure it and say, oh, it's 20% faster. I'm not that kind of guy personality-wise. I feel good. My customers are coming back on a regular basis. They're eating it up. Now, do I have gurus who love the data? Sure. That's a personality base, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I take this data myself in my own golf swing, and I work on it. But I don't live in the data. I work on it with those feels. I come back, check the data. Oh, it is better. Or no, it's not quite right. Oh, I forgot about that piece. And then I go back and I work, which is building the feels. So I'm not utilizing the data to tell me if I'm right or wrong on every swing. That's when you get stuck with data. Oh my gosh, I swung too far left, 4.5 degrees left, and oh my gosh, it has to be a 0 degree. You can get really like paralysis by analysis there. That's not what we're doing here.
Yeah, I feel like at some point, if you're so stuck on like recording every swing, you're just not going to progress at all.
Correct.
Because you're not just going out and just doing it.
Yeah, you got to experiment.
Yeah.
And it's an experimentation. It's a journey. I mean, I tell everybody, you want to get better at golf, it's not a destination. It's a journey.
From how long you've been in this and from how you've seen the tech just advance over time, where do you see like swing analysis ending up in the future? Is it going to get crazier and is more advanced?
Unfortunately, I think it's going to get crazier. I'm like anybody else. I'm going to have a stop. I'm like, nope, that's too far.
Yeah.
I don't believe that we should go to an AI telling us what to fix. I think you have to have human interaction. Okay, so AI's got its points, got its, it's making us not smarter, but it's making us be able to give better data, better information. But we still have to have human interaction, which is a golf instructor, to tell you, nah, try this. Because AI is not going to know all the analogies. It's not a human. So the answer to your question, I think, is it's going to try, because everything is try to push the envelope. But I think what we're going to do is fall back to, I still got to have a golf instructor, a person that I trust because we have a relationship and we're working to a common goal. He understands my personality. He understands my weaknesses. We know where the problems show up, and we're working together to fix that. Now, sometimes that happens within one lesson, rarely, but it can happen. And I never see him again. And they call me like 4 years later and go, man, that was the best lesson I ever had. I'm like, great. Obviously, he didn't need me anymore. But then we all know life is a journey. So through that relationship, we start getting better. I'm getting better by watching them. They're getting better by listening to me. We're getting better by looking at the data. So it's a combination. So to answer your question, I think it's going to get crazy, but eventually it's going to fall back to you got to have a good person that you trust who knows what they're talking about.
And I love that point too, because like I've seen like a lot of stuff that I'm interested in, where like AI is just able to give you the solution almost, and then it takes away all the fun of it.
Yeah,
I can imagine if it gets to this point, if you swing and it's like, okay, do exactly this by like this decimal point. That's just not really human anymore. It's like crafting you into a machine.
it is, and we're seeing this even with fitting. Your average golfer who doesn't have a good fitter nearby or didn't like the fit that they had or never been fit, period, they'll go online and every major golf manufacturer has their fitting module. Well, what is that? It's on the internet. How are they fitting you? Well, you ask a bunch of questions. How tall are you? What's your handicap? Nah, that's not getting fit. That's labeling you. And then they're giving you a golf shaft recommendation based off of that. Nah, man, go get fit. Go get a golf lesson. Somebody who knows what they're talking about. And in our case, we have almost, if not every major manufacturer brand, right? We have Titleist. We have TaylorMade. We have Mizuno. We have Cleveland, Srixon, Cobra, Ping. We have all the major brands, so go get fit. More data. Hey, I'm hitting the ball to the right. I don't know why. It must be me. I must be the problem. Well, we look at the golf swing, me, the instructor, and I look at the equipment and go, well, the swing's pretty good. The face is lagging open because your golf shaft's too stiff for you and it's too heavy. Here, let me give you something that changes that. All of a sudden, the club face closed on its own. You still did the same move, and you're like, I don't have to change? In this case that I just gave you as an example, no. Let's change the shaft. So a combination of both. We're talking about, Sportsbox AI, which is great for swing analysis, but there's also the tool that you're using, right? We got to have a golf club in our hand. That's the only thing that's touching the ball, which is touching our hand, which is called the tool, the golf club. So we can't forget that it's part of the solution and part of the problem. It's a 50-50 thing. You got you, the golfer, and then you have the tool that you're using. Okay, so I think that's important to at least state, even if that's not the topic of the day about Sportsbox. You gotta have both.
No, that's a very good point, especially with just working to improve overall. You can use all the data that you get from Sportsbox. You can get fit correctly.
That's right.
That's the really important part of it.
Yeah,
and it just overall, I mean, this technology is so cool. It can sound overwhelming without having somebody like you just being able to explain it all. And just thank you for helping people understand. And for those that are listening, I mean, they got to check out the Golf Lab. I mean, what's the best way to get into contact and to find you guys?
Well, 3 ways. You can go to our website, golflab.pro, P-R-O. You can call us, 706-529-3662. Or you can also go to the App Store or the Google Play and type in The Golf Lab. You'll have to look for our Vitruvian logo to make sure it's the right one. You'll see it'll say Golf Lab in small print. You might even see that it says Hamilton Spine Health and Sport, which we are Hamilton Spine Health and Sport. And you click on that, download it. You'll see all of our services. You can book a request for, meeting me or get an appointment for a fitting to a lesson to checking out the place. I even have one where it's a free interview with the golf pro. It's like, what? Yeah, you can actually click I think it was a 15-minute interview to come talk to me and figure out this place. So it doesn't cost you a darn thing. We want the community to know that this is available. Most people don't even know that we're inside the Bradley Wellness Center. Most people think that they have to be a member of the Bradley Wellness Center to even come in. Other people think they have to be a patient of Hamilton Spine Health and Sport to come in. None of that is necessarily true. You can come in off the street and want to get better. That's what we want people to know. That's why we did the remodel.
I just want to thank you again for joining us, and I look forward to talking more about the Golf Lab in general.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.
This program in no way seeks to diagnose or treat illness or to replace professional medical care. Please see your healthcare provider if you have a health problem.
Thank you for listening to Health for Life, a presentation of Vitruvian Health, formerly Hamilton Healthcare System.